A live look outside this morning. We have some snowflakes still falling. This is like the little engine that could, this lake effect snow. We're getting moisture from Lake Huron and even Lake Superior at this point. And I wanted to start off with some stats because it feels like it's been a cold winter, right? I think all of us can agree January and February have been cold. So looking at some of the numbers, all right, January and February 2 years ago, our average temperature was 7 degrees above average. Last year, January was warmer than average, February was really warmer than average. And then this year, look at this. I mean, we're 5 degrees below average for January. February is running about 4. So you compare the difference, and that's about 10 degrees difference on a daily, average that we are feeling the cold here. So it's certainly, compared to the last 2 winters, it has been on the cold side. And yeah, it is below average. 20 degrees at Hopkins this morning, another cold day. Your weather impacts for today, more of the same. We've got more lake snow this morning, a slick morning commute for a lot of us, and continued cold. Look at the lake snow kind of backed off, and then it's renewed as we've got this little disturbance in the atmosphere moving over the lakes. So we've got a steady lake effect snow. The main band streaming into Lorain County, just west of Lorain, between Vermilion and Lorain, picking up some good flakes. Anything in dark blue that you see are those big fat flakes coming off the lakes. You got that lake moisture. It's been very steady. You get a good shot of it here, I-90 at the Turnpike. If you look into the lights there, you can see some of those big flakes falling. ODOT's been out for about 24 to 36 hours treating these roads, so most of the main thoroughfares are actually good here this morning. Snow streaks continue down into Medina, Worcester, Congress, West Salem dealing with some snow here this morning. This is Seville dealing with some snow, but the roads are good. Side roads are a little bit trickier here this morning. And then notice how Cleveland, we've got flakes, gets heavier as you get out towards the west, lighter with just flurries out on the east side. This lake effect snow is going to continue for much of the morning. Remember yesterday, it was meteorologist versus model. Our models and all the models were saying lake effect snow, it's done. And I said, I don't think so. It just doesn't happen this time of year. So this lake snow will kind of pivot as we go throughout the day as the winds shift. But notice we're getting moisture from the upper lakes. Lake Huron, Lake Superior is providing the moisture. High pressure will come in. It'll shift that wind by afternoon, and we'll start to say goodbye to the lake effect snow, but we're not saying goodbye to the cold quite yet. And the reason why is we've got snowpack. This is your snowpack from here all the way down to Tennessee. We have to melt this off before we start to warm up. We're near 20 here this morning. The wind is a little gustier than yesterday morning, producing wind chills in the single digits here today. And in terms of your forecast, the snow will eventually give way to some sun peaks this afternoon. We're only going to get into the 20s. National News IMART hour-by-hour forecast doesn't have any snow on it whatsoever. Again, I think that lake snow will pivot as we go throughout the morning out towards the east before we say goodbye to it. By afternoon, we're in the 20s today. Friday evening looks good. We'll have cold temperatures, though, back into the teens. Weekend, look at this. We get above freezing tomorrow and then quite a bit above freezing Sunday. Sunday will feature more clouds than sun. Saturday features more sun than clouds. Both days look great. They're dry, though. And look at the warming trend. We get up into the 40s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even near 50 on Monday. And that's all out ahead of our next weather system. Now turned our wind out of the southwest. You see that pull? May have a shower around here Monday. Better chance still arriving on Tuesday. And then we'll keep our eye on a next storm system later next week. This, unfortunately, brings colder air in here for next weekend with some snow chances. We're not done with the snow yet, but at least we get a break Monday through Wednesday. Your Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast shows that nice warm-up to start the week before colder air returns with some snow chances later next week.
Yeah,
David?
Quite the contrast from one week to another.
Yeah, I think we're happy to get out of the teens.
Absolutely. Matt, thank you.